Oh shit, here we go again.
Seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
The show starts
right here, right
This
now.
is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
We breaking news again. Hog HQ Live, tell a Razorback friend. Hot Adam DP, the squad you can trust. On every platform, we never adjust. From the hills to the streams, we the Hog Dream Team. Dropping Razorback gems, y'all know what I mean. Heart with the insight, sharp as a tusk. Adam takes heavy, break the mic in the dust. DP in the cut, stat sharp as a blade. Talking hoops, talking football, every play gets made. Razorback Nation, call it Hog Vibration. On Facebook, YouTube, even Twitch sensation. Instagram scrolling, X marks the spot. When the pigs hit the field, we reporting the plot. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the palace to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the palace to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. DP crunching numbers that I'm setting the tone.
What's going on, everybody? This is your main man, Ox Smooth Baron, and you're tuned in to Hog HQ. Woo! Pigs, woo! Go Hogs!
Go Hogs, indeed. Welcome to another episode of Hog HQ Live, brought to you by the Hog Talk Podcast. This is Sir Adam. Yeah, nice haircut, dude. I like what you got going on. Okay, we'll shape up. I see you.
About
yeah,
time.
and I'm DP. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, it takes time. And I'm DP. Adam will be, Matt will be joining us shortly. He will jump in at some point as we get to rocking and rolling. But thank you guys for checking in. And as always, you know the motto, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we're back again with another great episode, talking everything Razorback sports. Got some MLB Draft to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
We got some
a little bit of everything.
Say it again.
Got a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, little hodgepodge, if you will. So of course we got the draft. Then of course we got ProHogs in the summer league. University of Arkansas, the Hall of Fame, Hall of Honor. The Hall of Honor is different from the Hall of Fame, but the list it's very diverse.
Mhm.
It's interesting. It's something to talk about, and we'll definitely get into some of the people who were selected for this award. With that being said, we need to get into this draft.
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
All 20 rounds.
Look, we only looking for the Razorback people.
I know, but still, 20 rounds is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, we just look for the first couple rounds while the money.
Yeah, I mean, so you had obviously the earliest Ryder Helfrich went at 15th to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then you had Carson Wiggins going to the New York Mets with the 27th pick, and Hunter Dietz going to the New York Yankees with the 35th pick. Gabe Gackle, 73rd, Cam Cozile at 87th, Ethan McElvain at 151, Damian Ruiz at 272, Aloy at 330, Colin Fisher at 388, Tate McGuire at 409. The Arkansas Little Rock dude, I just typed in Arkansas, so it added him to that. Cooper Dossett at 510. And I believe the last one, let me get this banner off here. Yeah, Parker Coyle to the Guardians. So it's really, I think you're just outside of the guys who don't have eligibility, which I haven't looked that up yet. I would really say maybe your top 3, possibly top 4.
Yeah.
Outside of that, like I said, I don't know who has eligibility left and who doesn't. I haven't had time to look that up, but you know, they're drafting anybody and everybody at this point. I mean, hell, you can go back and remember that, you know, Russell Wilson was drafted.
Absolutely.
So we'll see who actually ends up going. I know a lot of times, whether it's guys in the transfer, I know there's one person that was in the committed to transfer to Arkansas. I forget what school he was going to, but he got drafted. You know, we've had some high schoolers in the past that we've recruited get drafted and end up not coming to Fayetteville.
Right.
They decided to go, you know, the minor league route. So we'll see what happens with all of that. I don't know. I haven't really heard of any of the high school recruits of Arkansas getting drafted, because usually there's posts and stuff on that. But, you know, this happens every year, you know.
I will ask you this, a couple things. Who is a scout that knows Dave Van Horn from the Mets?
That I don't know.
I mean,
the last person that I remember playing or whatever for the Mets was, I think, James McCann, but he's with the Diamondbacks now. And he's
okay. You started something is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So from where I started, I'm saying that to say the 27th pick, the 330th pick, and the 510th pick, all Arkansas guys. We know both of them going to go to farm league, get development, et cetera, et cetera. On the other side of it, you said the other guy that you knew of, you familiar with, is now with the Diamondbacks, the 15th pick. So it's got to be something there, as well as the 416th pick. So it's got to be some connection somewhere in there. And my other question to you is, did you think that Ryder would be the first one selected and at 15, or did you have him higher or lower? Or who do you think would be first?
I thought he was going to be the first one to go.
Okay.
I didn't think he would fall to 15th. Like the number to the right, I think it was there, like where they were projected to go, or their ranking or whatever. So I kind of expected him around the top 10. But we've seen that happen before. Can we say that Carson Wiggins pulled a Nick Smith Jr.?
For shit show. Yeah. I think that's fair. That's more than fair.
Everybody wants to dog Nick Smith Jr., but nobody says really anything about what Carson Wiggins did. I'm not gonna
go into speculation.
I mean,
we're not going down that rabbit hole this early in the show. But I will say this. It's just interesting to see the guys and how they performed at Arkansas versus how they were selected based on their careers here.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. I'm happy for those guys who's getting the opportunity to go to the next level. Like I said, hopefully Dave Van Horn. And I want to say this when I knew we was going to talk about this. This reminds me of what I envision this football team being this year. Not this many selections, but you're going to look up and be like, damn, they had that sorry record and they still had all them guys get drafted. I think it's some guys on that football team. I just don't think we got a quarterback to figure it out yet.
No, we know who's going to be the.
We know. We look, Nicholas, what you say? Speculation.
I mean, it does.
It does. It does. You are not wrong, sir. You are not wrong. All right. But with that being said, I'm glad for the guys who was able to get drafted and take their careers to the next level. Hopefully, it works out for a lot of those guys. They get somewhere where the staff actually likes them. They need them. They perform well, and they be able to make a career out of what they've been doing since they were kids. So, yeah, excited for those guys. Look, diving in. Hold on. Jared, what's up, Jared? KJ Jackson is not good.
See, I've seen videos, mainly like on TikTok stuff, people saying that KJ Jackson was a cheat code on NCAA 27.
That, you know, it's people on the internet who they buy little hacks to win games. See it on COD all the time. Like I said, if you know, you know. It's got to be a guy that got a code for KJ Jackson. I don't know. Either way it go, it's gonna be interesting to see how this looks. We haven't even got into football yet, but
we will.
And it's anytime I got an opportunity, I'm definitely take full advantage of it. So, peep game. Now we're talking about the doggone ProHogs in
ProHogs
in the summer league, my guy. In the summer league,
it's been fun so far. You know, I'll throw some stats up here right quick. Let me see. Let me remove this again. So today, our boy Malik Thomas dropped 30 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals in 34 minutes. The Cavaliers did fall to 0-2 in the summer league, but Malik Thomas is showing out. He had a strong fourth quarter. I think he went into the fourth quarter with 21 points and 1 steal. So he did his thing. Coach Cal was in attendance. I've got some clips from Coach Cal talking during the game about him, and then after the game about him and Darius. We'll play those in a little bit. But no, Malik has been, doing his thing. Mute that right quick. He's found his rhythm early.
Yep.
And he may start a game slow, or I can't even say he's starting a game slow because he scored, their first basket in the last couple games, or he's driving. I'm seeing a lot more of this right here of him and his floaters driving to the rim. He's not just sitting around waiting.
And that's the thing. If you look at the scouting report on dude, I'm gonna use my terminology smartly here. He's great from the outside, right? So you primarily look at him as a spot up guy at the corner. But the fact that you think that now he's able to put together everything he's done going into the combine, what he learned at Arkansas, hell, what he was allowed to do within the space that was provided with Acuff beside him on the floor. So once again, a lot of times you look at it, you say, hey, he really wasn't asked to do those things. But when he got the opportunity to do so, when Acuff was in the boot, et cetera, got into foul trouble, and then we see Malik just take off. And I was just like, that's what we need to see. But it wasn't needed for him at Arkansas because you had Acuff doing what he was doing, and TB and Billy. So now he's in a situation where, hey man, I understand. I'm trying to be a hell of a pro, which I think he can be that. I think he can be a starter in the league. I love his defensive prowess in summer league. I like that about it. He's growing his game. So him being able to get some rebounds, get some steals, he's developed into an all-around better player. And like I said, he's got the platform to do so at this moment. So he's taking full advantage of it. I like it.
Well, and going into the beginning of last season, a lot of us, I think looked at Malik Thomas to be the guy in Fayetteville. Yeah. And it ended up being Darius Acuff Jr. Not taking anything away from Malik Thomas. Darius Acuff is just special. I'm not saying Malik Thomas isn't. But now Malik Thomas is getting to show who he is and show what he can do. Now, yes, this is a summer league. This is a bunch of guys that aren't going to make rosters.
Correct.
Things are going to be tougher once you get into not necessarily preseason, but the regular season. He's going to have to find his spot in the rotation. But on a team like Cleveland, I think he will have that ability, but he's got to realize too, you've got Spider Mitchell up there. You've got, I don't know if James Harden is still there or not.
He still is.
Is he? Okay. I didn't know if he was a 1-year deal or if or what it was. You have the possibility, which I don't think it's going to happen, of LeBron James returning to Cleveland.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that could happen, but Malik Thomas is a workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to shy away or get down if he's got to go to the G League. He just wants to play. He just wants to be in a gym.
Yep.
So I see Malik Thomas kind of going the route that Jordan Walsh did with working his way up through the G League. And then, because if you remember, there were multiple instances that Jordan Walsh suited up or played in a G League game and then flew to wherever Boston was
and played in the game.
And then either played or suited up and was on the bench in case they needed him.
Correct.
And so I think that Malik Thomas has that same work ethic. He just wants to play.
Yep.
He wants to put on the Cleveland uniform. He just wants to play.
Jared here with a question. Who was the better shooter as a Hog? Isaiah Joe. Oh, Clark.
Rodney Clark or Malik Thomas.
Oh, Malik Thomas.
In this, Rodney Clark, I feel like had a quick trigger.
Yeah.
Out of those three, I'm going Isaiah Joe.
That's my cousin. That's the only way I can go. It's nothing else I can say.
I hope he does his thing in Detroit now that he's up there in the Motor City.
I think him going to Detroit, and this is what I think about this Malik Thomas situation. A lot of times, I know we always look at where a player got drafted, but sometimes it's about being drafted in the right situation. Hell, when Darren McFadden got drafted, we knew who he was. We knew what he could do at the next level. You got drafted to the damn Railers with trash offensive line. So if Darren McFadden somehow, he already got tricked out of the Heisman. But at that point, I'm like, had he fallen in the draft, we would have been upset. Had he fell to the right situation with an offensive line and needed a running back. So it just matters. I think he's on the right team. A team of guys, like I said, Spider definitely is a workhorse. I would not have him around James Harden.
No.
He'll be tricking in the club with a little baby. Yeah, we ain't got time for that.
Well, and then, it's something too that, like, just going back to Isaiah, Philadelphia wasted a draft pick on him. Correct. He should not have gone on the 76ers.
Nope.
Going to OKC, you have so many moving parts in OKC. It was one of those that he had to kind of like, he obviously worked his way into the rotation.
Correct.
He obviously, scored when he was in the game. He did what he was supposed to do. But there's such a young team. You knew at some point they were going to move away from him. I'm honestly still waiting for the time of them to potentially move away from Jalen Williams, just because they stay so young with all the draft picks that they hoard. So, Isaiah, him and Cade Cunningham could be a nice little duo up in Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. I think because when I looked at Detroit's run in the playoffs this past year, I'm looking like y'all don't have any shooters. Cade Cunningham got to carry the load. Jalen Duren wasn't doing anything at time in the paint. So I'm like, y'all need some pieces. I'm like, I see where they were when they were taking franchise. They put together some pieces. And now you got Cade Cunningham, who, of course, is on the same team as Moses Moody at Mount Vert.
Yep.
So, in the number one player in the draft. So, with that being said, sometimes it's about being in the right situation, man. I think
speaking of number one players, class of 2027, the new number one player in the nation is Beckham Black, brother of Anthony Black.
Awesome.
And that's on ESPN's, I think, 100, and then 24/7 has him as the number one player in the nation.
So once he commits, then it's going to be like, Cal doing.
Which it was funny because he played this past weekend, I believe, in the EYBL, and Cal and Coach Musselman sat next to each other.
Right, I seen it.
Yeah, so curious conversation. I know there's some that think that Musselman has the edge because of Anthony Black. But I look at it like Anthony's going to be talking to him about, he's going to, good things about Muss, but you're going to be talking about Fayetteville, your time in Fayetteville. And then you have the coach that puts point guards in the league year after year after year.
It just makes sense.
Yeah. Here was Coach Cal during the game talking about Malik Thomas.
And then he says, can you get your own shot? Because he ain't going to run a whole lot of plays for you. But, the whole thing for me, look at that floater. The floater. Come on.
In the league, but that's an impressive list.
This kid right here, people missed on him.
Right on time.
Don't do
Right
that.
on time.
They missed on him.
I told you. I said he should have been a first-round pick.
No question. I'm still mad at Cleveland because they traded the first-round pick. I said, what are you doing? And then Brandon Weems calls me and said, we're good. We're still there. And, da-da-da. So they end up getting him. But, you have Darius. And John comes up to me and says, he's your best scoring point guard. And I go, is he faster than you? He says, oh, no. He's not faster than I am.
Not for himself. He feel like once you do your job, you're fine. But I got a question. You have a young fella, Jordan Smith, Jr. You know I've been very high on him. How do you like about him?
So that was during the game. And then after the game, he kind of talked about Malik and Darius and kind of comparing to situations with Tyrese Maxey and Emmanuel Quickly whenever they were going through the draft process.
Tyrese Maxey and Emmanuel Quickly were similar to Darius and Malik. You get mad, like, what are you people looking at? Like, do you understand how good these guys are? And really, the COVID kind of shut down the Maxey Quickly. But here we get knocked out, Sweet 16, and people didn't get the full gist of what Darius was. And Darius was a little hurt, and what Malik was. And now they're saying, oh, how did people pass on Malik? Well, I'll tell you, there were people that passed on Darius too. And but I'm happy for both of them because they landed where people wanted them. I mean, Vivek called me, the owner of the Kings. We really want your guy. So can you help us? What pick are you? 7. You're going to have to trade. I don't know what to tell you. How am I going to help you?
So, it's always a soundbite whenever Cal's on the show. And hello, Matt.
Hello.
So, Matt, real quick, welcome back, first of all. So we just tapping into the summer league. Your thoughts on what you've seen from the guys? Of course, the first front guys, Acuff and Thomas, but seeing Adu, Thero, all those guys making a living in the summer league. What you've been looking at?
It's nice to be interested in the summer league.
For sure.
Where we got people, that represent us at least somewhat. Adu's been doing pretty well. Of course, we know Acuff and what he's done. It's good to see Malik doing his thing. Hopefully, Brazil will come back from his shoulder strain and play this week. I think Wednesday or something like that. That's what I think I heard. but
and that boy got a triple single.
I had to do it.
But as far as basketball, though, I haven't caught a whole lot of it. But what I have seen, I've been pretty impressed. Acuff with his debut. Some, didn't like the 29 shooting, but I thought he held his own, especially for not playing in 4 months.
4 steals, 4 rebounds, 7 assists.
Well, and Acuff too, like he's a rookie that talks like a veteran.
Correct.
After his last game and his post-game interview, I mean, he basically said, like, I'm playing terrible. And they're like, well, you scored, what, I think this last game he scored 19, but, I think he scored, 25, 29, and 19 or something like that. But, he's looking at him, so like, he's like, I'm playing terrible. But, once those, 4 or 5 more shots fall, this dude's going to be in the 30s.
Absolutely. But that's his work ethic. Like he has that dog in him to where he just always wants to continue to push himself, even at the elite level of the NBA. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, him going to Sacramento Kings for us down south, we won't be able to catch a lot of his games. You got to have some type of special sports package on your streaming services in order to catch some of those games out there. But I think he fell into the right situation where he can come in and be a leader immediately and be able to put his stamp in the NBA. Right here, you got the ProHogs schedule. Of course, that's on the 13th.
That's tomorrow.
So
you got the Celtics and Hawks at 5 p.m. Central Time on Prime. You can see Nick Pringle maybe get another triple single. You've got the Cavaliers versus the Heat, so you can see Malik Thomas on Prime at 7 o'clock Central. And then the Jazz and the Bulls at 8 o'clock on ESPN. You can see Jonas Adu. Jonas Adu is, his second game wasn't as good, but his first game, his first couple games out there, I think he had like 16 points, 14 boards. He's done well. So I was kind of surprised, but at the same time, like we talked about with Malik earlier, yes, it is the summer league. Yes, a lot of these guys aren't going to make rosters, but do what you can with the time that you have, because, I don't know what's going on in Orlando, but, Ricky Council's on the roster and he hasn't stepped foot in a game yet. And there's been no news or anything on why he's not playing. There's a lot of fans wondering why he's not playing, but nothing's come out. John L. Davis, I mean, he's hit, I think, 1-3 in each of their games, and that's about it. He's played, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So these are guys that are, I mean, Ricky Council's flirted back and forth with G League and roster and main rosters. John L. Davis has just been in Orlando's G League team. Jonas has been a couple different spots. So you hope that these guys can find their place, whether it's the G League or on a main roster.
Absolutely. So check this. You got all these guys doing their thing in the G League, the Summer League. And I'm excited for these guys. Hopefully they can do their thing. I do like the fact that John Wall did talk to Calipari and talked about his latest recruit, John Smith Jr.
Yeah, because he, I believe when Jordan Smith got the
Gatorade Player of the Year,
John Wall
gave him the award.
Yeah. So, and I kind of look at it like, okay, well, there's, the next Nike guy, Jordan Smith Jr., kind of in the same steps of AI and Darius Acuff. You got a mentor type situation right here. So now you've got John Wall that's invested in Jordan Smith Jr. So, maybe a relationship, mentorship, whatever it may be, something comes from that. So, and then everybody remember too, July 31st, Arkansas will be playing in the Bahamas. As of right now, ESPN we've heard rumors that they're going to pick up some of the games. But as it stands right now, it is just going to be on YouTube until ESPN maybe picks up some of those games. But from what it looks like, it'll be free streaming on YouTube. So we'll post that as it gets closer, the links and whatnot, and post the schedule and everything.
You just talked about, you do have some information on here. I know we talked about the doggone Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we got the Hall of Honor. So with that, this year's class, let me take some stuff off here right quick. We're kind of going to just go all over the place here because this is going to segue us into football here in a little bit. So this year's class, the induction ceremony will be September 25th, which I believe is the night before the Tulsa game. I'd have to double check that. But you've got Ronnie Brewer for men's basketball, Jason Peters for football, Tony Bua for football, Brett Eibner for baseball, Heather Schlittman-Scharf for softball, Bud Still for men's golf, Tina, I'm going to screw up your last name, so I'm not going to try it, for track and field, and Dave England, an athletic trainer. So, yeah, you definitely have every facet of all the sports, basically covered.
You know what stirs my grits? You said September 25th is the night before.
I think the Tulsa game. I could be wrong, but
let's
Arkansas football schedule. Because you think, like, why is it a BS game like that? Yeah, it's the night before a Tulsa game.
See, that's what I'm talking about. This is who Arkansas is. This type of shit right here. Why ain't you playing Georgia? Why? Because you know you're going to get smoked.
The week before, we played Georgia the week before.
Dude, that's the bigger game. Yeah, you're going to get smoked. But that's the problem. That's the problem. You expect to have a great game against, man, get out of here, dude. That's the problem, the mentality. You put that on a primetime weekend. The city is jumping. The revenue, the community, everything is up. Everybody's making money, local businesses. It's a great time when you put a better product on the field and you say, hey, this is going to probably be one of our premier games. And we got to segue to another thing within the athletic department to parlay into the same weekend. Let's put it on the best game weekend possible. No, not Georgia. You scared of that because you're going to get smoked. Hell, make the money and put on a good show and win the game. How about that?
You play to win the game.
Catch me outside. How about that? All right. You did talk about something about the most popular versus.
So, okay, in this group, I think we can all agree that Ronnie Brewer is probably the most known, most popular.
Mm-hmm.
All around. Yes, everybody loves Tony Boo. Everybody loves, Brett Eibner, et cetera, et cetera. So me and some friends were having a conversation when this came out, and it was kind of like, Ronnie Brewer, everybody loves, most popular, had a good NBA career. But did Jason Peters have the best pro career out of any Razorback across all sports?
Yes.
Joe Johnson is my competition with that, I would say.
And I see where you're coming from. I mean, the clutch gene. I'm just looking at, 20 years in the league, 20 or 21, and he won a Super Bowl.
Did he switch positions?
In Arkansas, he was tight end. And then what? He went to
and
tackle.
then he went to tackle
in the NFL.
Okay, so I went to school the same time as Jason Peters.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you people who went to school at the hype, they call it the hype then. Well, that the students just go and play basketball and work out.
The hyper, yeah.
The hyper, right. So the track dudes, my boy Lightfoot and Brandon Dean and Teddy Gibson, and this dude, Jason Peters and doggone Carlos Hall.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you these dudes is dunking, it's like they taking down the rim. Yeah, I don't know, to see a man that massive, pause, to be able to be as athletic as he is and the career that he's had in the NFL, I got to give it to Jason Peters, dude. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, there's been a big debate going on with NBA and NFL guys on which sport, who is the better athlete, NFL or NBA players. And I think I heard NFL players.
I can't lie. I want to say this as well. Tony Bua is, to me, one of the most underrated players when it comes to football. When he didn't have the size. He wasn't an elite NFL as far as measurables. But when I tell you his heart, his determination, the grit that he had, being a little Cajun dude from Louisiana, hey man, Tony Bua was hard. Tony Bua was hard.
Sam Elijah-Butu, I think the same thing about. People don't bring him up anymore, but I think he was.
I think because of his legal problems.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Domestic abuse and stuff will do that to you.
Yeah. That's will.
But
anywho, we'll talk about that over here. But I'm just saying, Tony Bua, I always liked his game while he was here. So, and that's just one of the ones I'm just familiar with that I remember. Kudos to those guys, man.
Something you'll be seeing from us here and there. This right here.
Hey, do me a favor. If you watching right now, it's got a number on. Yeah, do a screenshot. I just want to see if this worked.
I mean, I can show you on my phone.
I don't want you on the show. I don't want you to show me shit. The people that's watching, I want to know if we put this on the screen, can they do it? Can they
do it themselves?
Take a screenshot,
screenshot it, and then go into your gallery or your photo, and then the picture will be there, and then just long press on the QR code, and then it'll pop up to open up the link.
Are these instructions for Android or iPhone?
Both.
Okay, because somebody will,
Yeah.
Every time we post something in the group, somebody say, hey, how do I watch?
Yeah.
And then you got a whole section and say, and somehow still it doesn't work.
This has every link to every social that we have, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, the Hog HQ group, our merch store, everything.
Hey, if you watching and you doing this, please, if you're doing it, just put got it. Just put got it in there. That way I can just kind of see if it's actually working. Because I want to see, I think this is informative. Anytime we post something, we have this in the corner. Somebody who may not be familiar with the brand who wants to say, hey, how can I get, watch some of the stuff? I just want to know if it works. That's all.
Or if you're watching on your TV, you're not watching on your phone, pull out your phone and use your camera and
you
scan
can just,
the QR
You can just
code.
go into your camera app and go up to your screen, and it's going to automatically pull up to click the link.
Look, it's crazy that we have to break it down like this.
And we're not trying to sound condescending.
No, but some people not tech savvy. They're looking like, hey, I support y'all. I don't know how to do none of this mess. Whatever. I get it. I just want to see if it worked. Hit the heart button. Something so I can just see the response. Anyhow, moving on. What else do you have here, sir?
And It'll be a mobile mode, but you've got merch store and then all of our links.
We gotta get some new merch for the football season start.
Yeah, I need to make some new shirts.
Yeah, I need to.
Speaking of this clown, I've got some stuff on him today. We're going to go in on a little bit. So first, I'm going to have to play the audio because I didn't get the video clip of it. But I don't know. We posted this over on Hog Talk. I don't know if everybody heard Matt Jones call Hunter Yurchek an idiot earlier this week. But I'm going to play the audio clip of.
Thank you, Donna.
What Hunter Yurchek said that started all this. Talking about positivity, talking about the fans being negative, and basically everything's our fault. Hang on. Why isn't this playing?
That's right. You playing it from your phone.
Technical difficulties.
Every single aspect of our department is bought into our football program needing to be successful. And we need that from across our state for people to be positive and create a positive narrative about the direction of our football program. Because if the narrative is always negative about our football program, you know who reads this social media more than anybody? 16 to 18-year-olds, right? And the 16 and 18-year-olds want to come to a place that is just saturated with negativity. Absolutely not. They're going to go somewhere else. So we've got to have this all-in mentality from within our department and outside of our department, and that's got to permeate throughout our fan base. And if you're truly a Razorback fan and you truly want this program to be successful, you have to bring that positive energy in every aspect of your support for our program. And that doesn't mean you have to give money. That just means you have to be positive, you have to believe, and you have to be all in as well. Because if we don't have people across the state that are all in and bought into the football program and Coach Silverfield's vision, we don't have a chance to be successful. Every single aspect of
is he aware that the reason why he's having this conversation with us is because of his actions or lack thereof? Is he aware of that?
Well, I mean, he's taking basically in that same Hogs Plus interview when they started talking about the naming rights and stuff.
Right.
He's taking credit for what Learfield did. Learfield was the one that got that deal, not Hunter Yurchek.
Right.
And it took how long?
3 years. Because he turned down other offers. He had another offer from a more local bank that he turned down because of Arvest. They turned down Banco ZK. But then we go from a bank out with Kansas. And he tried justifying it about going outside of the state of Arkansas and like this, that, and the other, whatever. But after that Hogs Plus interview came out, I mean, there were a lot of fans speaking out about it. And I was proud of Matt Jones for speaking up on the show just because, the morning show on ESPN Arkansas, they have their moments that they'll, a week or two, they'll kind of be on one that they're kind of like speaking out against what's going on or dragging their feet in Fayetteville or some of the nonsense, whatever. Right. But then you have like this episode come out of the interview with Bo Mattingly and Hunter Yurchek. And, everything's going to be hunky dory. Everything's going to be great now. They're going to be positive, drinking the Kool-Aid, this, that, and the other. And, I look at that interview. And it was not a good interview.
No.
And my thing with that is you knew what your questions were going to be. You knew what things they weren't going to be able to ask you talk about. Like you knew the hot buttons y'all couldn't talk about. It was edited. So you took the best parts of it. And that's what you put out there. And it was still not good. So I want to see the stuff that you took out. But Matt Jones spoke up about it. I don't have his clip directly, but Ruskin and Zach played it that afternoon to just talking about it. So I'll play that here.
Matt Jones. You know what? Take some responsibility.
Hang on.
Matt Jones. You know what? Take some responsibility and say, you know what? We haven't done. It hasn't been good enough, and we're going to be better. Don't blame. He's
That's a great statement.
Shifting blame. I mean, he's an idiot.
He's shifting blame.
And this is the guy that's in charge. That's the man that's in charge. And he's like, take some response. You haven't done anything good take some response. Hey, we're making changes. The last regime didn't know what they were doing. We weren't even getting our best kids in the state. We're making changes. It's on us. We're going to be better for you. Don't tell us how to act. There you go.
You know what? Who that sounds familiar to? Peyton Hillis.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited. The fact that our former athletes, the ones who gave us some of the best memories, they're speaking out. Like I said, if you hear from the people who actually sweat those tears and was able to bleed the Razorback red and red jersey, if they saying it, you got to know the fans are saying it. It's just looking like we just want support. We just want to be supported. Do something that makes sense. Seen somebody in the comments and one in the group. Shout out to don't forget to hit the business page, by the way. Hit the business page, because we're growing that. Matt, what's the numbers right now? You know, top of the head?
2,500.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Arkansas fans are negative. MAGA fans okay. Now they elected you. Wake up. For two-faced.
I mean, I look at this like, okay, have any of y'all been on like other teams like message boards or pages or whatever? Like all fan bases act this way.
They do.
And so to sit here and single out like us, you're just mad because we're calling you out more than anything. And you want us to be positive after a 2-10 season? Okay. I'm positive that we're going to go 3-9 this season. Hey, guess what? That's a 1-game improvement.
There you go.
You know, and we'll get into like our predictions and our position groups over the next several weeks. But at the same time, until you show it on the field, why should we sit here and pump all this positivity? And we, you know, like we just talked about or mentioned earlier, like it took you 3 years to get naming rights to the stadium.
You know what's interesting though? That's the expectation. Why you asked that question? What was your question again? Why should we? Yeah, why should we, you know, be so hunky-dory about
a 2-10? We're coming off a 2-10 season.
We've been doing it every year for over a decade. And somehow the Kool-Aid will be pumped. And somehow somebody will say in the comments that somebody is not a real Razorback fan. It happens every single year.
I mean, I know you're going to have somebody like last year, there was a group that came out and said that, like they were going to win 11 games last year. Well, let's be realistic, because how many times has Arkansas won 11 games since they've been in the SEC?
Once.
That's what I was thinking.
With a bowl game?
With a bowl game.
Yeah, with a bowl game. Yeah.
Or no,
not regular season.
Or is 10 the max?
10's the max in the regular season.
Right. So it had been a bowl game.
Well, we lost the Sugar Bowl.
Once again, we played in 11 games and played well. See how we just make up stats? We didn't. But that's who we are.
You know, and I get like I get there can be arguments for like 5 or 6 wins.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we even talked about it before. Like I said, we'll get into this more. Those one possession games, can Ryan Silverfield put this team in the position to win those games? Is this team going to not give up? You know, things of that nature. So there are some of those games that, hey, like one possession games find a way to win. So maybe they can get to 5 or 6 wins. But I'm just looking at, I only see 3 surefire wins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some, I got asked the other day, they're like, do you think we're going to beat Utah? Hell no, I don't think we're going to. Even with Utah getting a new coach, I don't think we're going to beat. We're going to Utah. We're playing at 9:15, well, 9:15 our time.
Dude,
we don't know what this defense is going to be.
Utah is stacked on offense and defense. I'm telling you that. And you can look in the draft and see how many dudes got drafted from that team. They loaded. They nice. And the thing about it is they got an electric quarterback. So as you said, we don't know what this defense is going to do. We know we got Quincy Rose. We got a couple guys transferred in.
But I believe we got 22 to 24 transfers on defense. I believe something like that.
It's a makeshift situation.
I think we got a commitment note somewhere.
Yeah. But, you know, it's crazy. But the whole thing with Hunter, and I get it, trying to take the blame off of himself, point fingers elsewhere. It's our fault, not his fault. But, you know, you notice when stuff happens, like he'll show up for the naming rights thing. He'll show up for this interview with Bo Mattingly, and then he just disappears for a while unless a team's in a tournament or whatever.
You got to pick and choose your spots. He know we tired of looking at his damn face. He know that shirt is out there with that clown nose on it.
Yeah, I got to send one to Ruskin and Zach. They're going to wear it on the show.
For sure. Makes sense.
So,
but yeah, I think he knows how we feel at this point. He can dictate when he wants to be seen, when he wants to be present. I get it. It makes sense. It's a
when you're at the top, you're going to get the most criticism.
Absolutely.
You know, so we'll see what happens. Like I said earlier, you got 3 games tomorrow for Arkansas players. Prime videos apparently sucked for some watching the summer league. Some people are talking about it being blurry, but from what I haven't had any issues with it. So it is what it is right now. I mean, NBA and Amazon have their deal, so there's going to be games on Prime during the regular season too. I know Celtics and Lakers had a lot on their list last season. So we spend like drunken sailors on warm peanuts on Razorback. Can expect a winner in high stakes game. I mean, you're not wrong.
Not wrong.
I mean, we sit here too, and you know, like we talked about with the tennis program, you temporarily have the tennis program back, but you're going to be looking at those people that donated to tennis and seeing what they donated, and try to take those donations and put it towards football.
Football, yeah, that's messy.
Why not just go? I mean, like we've said before, as the athletic director, because we don't know what your GMs are doing, because you now have a football GM, you've got a basketball GM. Now you've got a baseball GM. If you're not fundraising, they're not, like, who's doing the fundraising? I mean, we're like we've talked about before. You're on your third collective. We still haven't gotten the plan or the staff or the whatever for Link U.
Nope.
Learfield got you the naming rights deal. Your raffle sucks. I mean, what are you doing? I just don't get it. You're floundering at this point, and I don't know. I mean, are you waiting until December 2027 for your contract to run out so you can just ride off in the sunset?
Do you know what's interesting about the comments that you're making? And you're not wrong. Let me just start off by saying that. Do you know that at some point when 100-year checks decide to leave, we will be excited that he's leaving? And no matter who it is, we'll make excuses and say something like, he's got to be still better than who we had in here in the first place, right? 100-year check is setting up his resume. So he will ride off into the sunset. With the relationships, you talk about who did what. He may not be the master guy. He may say, hey, I know a guy that know a guy. And he does it. He just connecting people right now. I think the dude is setting up his resume to do something big once he leaves here.
I truly think that it's going to be potentially something if they have a permanent college football playoff committee instead of the rotating one. That's what he's waiting for.
Yeah.
Because he's interviewed for other AD jobs and he hadn't gotten it. And so I think, you know, basically, you know, being head of the college football playoff right now, I think he's just waiting for that permanent spot. And Kenny, yeah, that was actually a debate, Kenny, between me and the friends that were talking about Jason Peters. You know, I said that Jason Peters had the best pro career, in my opinion. And one of the arguments against that was a friend of mine saying that he thought Steve Atwater did. So then we went down and started comparing, you know, 10 years versus 20 years, but Steve Atwater had two Super Bowl wins. Then you get into, I think he had 14 interceptions at Arkansas. I don't know. I think he still has the record for most interceptions in school history. So yeah, Steve Atwater is definitely one to be a part of that conversation as having one of the best pro careers.
It'd be nice to see Steve Atwater on the sideline.
Oh yeah,
in a booth, in a suite, something.
He's doing the job at Denver. What we need done in Arkansas,
apparently a lot of people that's doing big things in Denver that should be doing things in Arkansas, i.e. the Walton children.
Yeah, it's a lot of Arkansas people.
It really is. Nicholas says, I know it's about money, but something isn't happening like it should, and I'm not sure why. I don't understand why we can't have a top tier program.
We've all wondered that, because you sit there and between, like we've talked about here, Tyson, Walmart, Stevens, Hunts, JB Hunt, Jerry Jones. Yes, I know there are rules against NFL owners directly donating to NIL. But at the same time, you got your son, Steven. There's other means to be able to make that happen. I watched, there was somebody sent me a interview with Silverfield, and like when he went down to Dallas and he walked into Jerry Jones's office, and he had, here he is, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, and he had one helmet in his office. and it was the Arkansas helmet from when they wore their kind of looked like Ohio State, but Dallas, style uniforms when we played A&M. That was his only helmet in there. And Jerry Jones basically he loves Arkansas means more to him than the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm just looking at it like, then y'all need to find some loopholes to be funneling some money.
I need a white collar crime to happen. If Arkansas ends up on probation at some point down the road, I'm okay with that. I just want us to be ranked in single digits, be competitive with the best in the country. If we go on probation, oh well. Just give me some. I was gonna say some good years. I was gonna say some other type, but I already knew it was coming. Matt is missing it anyway. What I'm saying is, I just wish we was able to have a good little run where we have some great football. Some members to talk about in recent history. Go ahead.
I was thinking the Ole Miss situation and how they cheated and didn't really have anything to show for it, and we kept spooling it with Hugh Freeze and all that. So I was just kind of thinking, how that also could work out.
You know what, man? This is what I recognize. Like, you're so loyal to the Razorbacks. I just expect you to say shit like that, and I'm okay with it, and it's good because we all have a difference of opinion, and they all matter. But I get where you're coming from when you say that. I don't know. I'll take a nice little scandal, some nice little fast cars, some $1 million handshakes, all that. I'll take that. I'll take that to have some winning seasons back to back and to be competitive.
Give me something to show for it is all I'm saying. That's all.
Yeah. Right. Adam, you got anything else? I see you looking at something real quick.
I'm just scrolling through.
They built a building for the Jones. Some of that money came. And then I'm sure, like, it's some way to funnel the money somehow. Somebody go sell snow cones on campus. And it just be
but when you have concerts up at Razorback Stadium to get rained out, start late, but still happen. But that money goes to the school and the athletic department, doesn't go anywhere else. Players aren't getting it.
Gotcha.
But it helps line 100-year checks, checkbook.
So that would mean Top Golf as well. But go ahead. I know we got Bahamas coming up.
Yeah. This is what I was looking for as I found the schedule that I had on my computer. We've got Arkansas versus the Bahamas national team on Friday, July 31st at 7 p.m. Then the next day, you got Arkansas at 6 p.m. against Carleton, not Carleton Banks. If you know. Sunday, August 2nd, that's Cincinnati. Then you have Arkansas on Monday, August 3rd at 6 p.m. against Toro Del Valle, whoever that is. And then at 12 p.m. on Tuesday, you have Arkansas versus Calgary. So you got an international field during all of that. So it looks like all the American teams are just playing international teams, not each other.
You know what I would like to see come from this? I'm not worried about these young freshmen, high flying.
Billy Richmond.
They're going to dunk the ball. No, I'm not worried about any of our players. I need Cal to be recruiting these foreign dudes. It's some 7-foot dudes on these teams that we have no idea about. Go find the next dude.
He's not real big on international stuff because it gets dicey with visas. Like we had a guy, Igor Razov, something like that. I don't know. Had him last year, I want to say, or year before. Had him lined up and had a visa issue. I think he ended up going to Florida State, played like 2 minutes, and then left the country because of a visa issue. So, and I think he's just kind of been sour on it, and he's kind of done a little bit with Rattel and Zafich last year, but I think that's more of kind of doing a favor with an agent and trying to build a little bit of a backup pipeline, but I don't think it's going to be a prominent thing per se.
Mika Mirna?
Yeah, but he's also been in the States for a while too. He was playing in the States for 16 and stuff, went back over.
I mean, same thing with Paulo Samito, who's from overseas, but has been playing. He was at Orlando before he came to Arkansas.
Yeah. Gotcha. Cool beans. So you got to go through a little pipeline. You got to get the USA some money. You got to get a what they call it again? What was the hot phrase for a second? It's a tariff. It's a tariff. Yeah, you come from wherever you come from and come over here, play some little basketball in the US of A. Get that
If we need
Terrence
to,
money.
we'll get an executive order signed.
There you go. Pull out the pen. All right, what else you got, sir?
That's all I really got. Just a reminder for tomorrow. Celtics and Hawks at 5 p.m. Central on Prime. Cavaliers and Heat at 7 p.m. on Prime. Jazz and Bulls at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Personally, I feel like the 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. game need to be switched, and I think the Cavaliers need to be on ESPN, but I don't get to make those decisions.
Gotcha.
So,
Before we get out of here, I just want to ask both of you guys. What's the latest on the young man, the switch to commit,
Caleb
reclassified?
Arrigo.
What's the deal?
still waiting.
UConn they were out of it, but they're back in it because one of their players is out for the year, and there's kind of a loophole in the NCAA where you can take that scholarship and go get another kid. And so now they're back in it. They've upped their offer like twice, I want to say, but still really doesn't match what we have, and we're pretty much in the lead. And they're just trying to bank on the closeness of family, the proximity they are to the family, as opposed to Arkansas. It's kind of their big pitch at the moment. I think we lead, and I think we'll land him, and I think he'll reclassify. I'd be surprised if he doesn't, but you never know nowadays.
And then Davion Thompson, we're still just kind of hanging out waiting.
My question, I'm just trying to get clarity on this. I could be the only one, I could be others. If the young man does decide to reclassify and then commits to Arkansas, will he be in the Bahamas?
I mean, he would have to essentially do that like right now.
They're going to play another week of the tournament or basketball tournament, and then I think you'll hear an announcement most likely, and then somewhere after that is when they'll make their decisions on reclassifying.
And I mean, if he decides to reclassify and can get to Fayetteville, I mean, I could see him traveling with the team. He's not going to. He wouldn't play just because he's never practiced with this team. Okay. But you could still get some bonding with your team, getting to go. I get it when you're like, you've got commitments, you're committed to your team. You're supposed to, you're playing in this 2-week tournament, whatever it is. Like, I get that. Playing sports, I think we all get that.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just kind of like, you want to get it done with so you can get to Fayetteville. I mean, free trip to Bahamas. I'd be all over that, but at the same time, that's a lot of decisions for him to make.
And I'm sure he probably got some childhood friends on that team.
Oh yeah,
it's probably gonna be the last time he could be able to, play real ball with them. So I mean, I know we get all excited about sports, but like at the end of the day, these are real everyday people. They got family, they got friends. So I understand a lot of what's going on. And I'm sure at this point, a lot of these premier athletes, they have a lot of decisions, as you said, being thrown at them. A lot of decisions that can be life changing. So I understand what's going on when it comes to that. I'm glad Marcus Pierce's son reclassified, so now that Beckham can be the number one for the next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise,
so Texas gets the number
Texas
one.
is gonna be nice now. I can't lie. Because they've been putting some players in the league every year, even though Arkansas whooped on them. They still
been busy in the portal too.
Yeah, they've been getting busy. So them and this whole scandal that they're running down there at LSU. That's gonna be interesting. That basketball, man.
There's your European league. Right
no,
there.
for real. These dudes 25, bro. I'm talking about he got professional dudes who got G League film. They've been on ESPN, and now they just went back to school and went to LSU. It's crazy.
Well, the thing I don't get is just the whole, the 5-5 thing was adopted.
But was it before or after the signing?
They've named players after they announced the 5-5 being official. So maybe it's held up because you know that there's going to be players, that sue and that this and that things get held up or whatever. But I'm just like, what? Like, I think the part of that 5-5 rule too was you can't be over the age of 19 when you start.
Like that, yeah.
And so now you've got 24, 25-year-olds that you're still bringing in.
These
you got dudes that were drafted in 2022.
Man, these dudes buying liquor and cigarettes.
Going to eat wings in Atlanta, whatever that strip club is.
Oh, you don't know what the name of it is. Interesting. Go back and get that comment. Yeah. Magic City.
What's the name of it?
Magic City.
Magic City. I knew it was Magic something.
Hey, just know, y'all, when I'm going to get these two to come to Atlanta, and I'm taking them. This is I'm taking my black friend to do white people shit. I'm taking my white friends to do black people shit. Come to Atlanta.
If y'all haven't seen those videos, you need just go look it up on TikTok or Instagram. It's hilarious.
Them dudes hilarious, man. I got to give them their credit. They're getting like fire teaching and play even in high school. Yeah, it's interesting. I know you had a comment earlier talking about if you ain't trying, you ain't cheating.
Right here.
At this point, it's legal. We should have been cheating when everybody else was trying to do the right. I don't know. Yeah, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. We just want to be the good old all shucks. Adam, shout out to you for dropping a Sam Pittman quote. You ain't even know it. And things of that nature. Shout out to my boy Sam Pittman. He on the lake right now with a cold beer.
I saw somebody post a picture not too long ago on Facebook. It was like him and they ran into him at a Walmart in like Hot Springs or something like that.
That's the most Arkansas shit ever.
Yeah.
And it's Sam Pittman, dog. I like Sam Pittman as a person.
I mean,
he just was a trash ass coach.
He wasn't a head coach.
He wasn't a head coach. And he loved to be here. So I appreciated that part from him. Either way it go, it is what it is. We're gonna get up out of here. That's another show for another Sunday. We appreciate you guys tapping in. Heart is back. Heart is back. Heart is back. We got some clips dropping this week on the show between Hog Talk and Hog HQ Live. Don't forget to check out Hog Talk tomorrow. 6:05. They gonna start on time. We started on time today. Shout out. You know, we getting better. We got y'all to the point to where y'all start jumping in the chat like when we usually turn on, but we was on time today. So shout out to us. Anyhow, y'all have a great week. Stay hydrated. It's hot out there, no matter where you live at. And look out for your people, man. Senior citizens, all that good stuff. It's too hot out here.
If you're gonna mow, do it early in the morning.
Absolutely. And stop sprinkling, stop watering the grass in the daytime. You're killing the grass. Nobody told you that. Just it makes no sense, dude.
And I heard this earlier. It is now July 12th. Stop shooting fireworks. Because I had some shooting off in my neighborhood earlier. Stop it.
And Fort Smith, those might have been gunshots.
Not on my side of town.
Oh, so maybe Matt heard something from Pine Bluff. I don't know. Yeah.
Possibly.
Shout out to the Bluff. Hey man, we out of here. We appreciate y'all for checking in with us. Like, subscribe, and share all those good things. Y'all take care of yourself. We'll see y'all next one. And we out of here.
Peace.